Data spaces approach and state of play. This training about the market for data sharing concludes with a high-level overview of the initiatives and developments that are currently ongoing in the research and innovation landscape aimed at untapping the value of data sharing. As such, we should obviously start with the concept of data spaces. As you may know, this is a key element for data sharing in Europe and beyond, and recipient of a great amount of investments to realize the data economy. What is a data space? Data is a key driver of digital transformation, yet legal and technical barriers often prevent seamless data sharing across organizations and countries. Data spaces offer a solution by providing a secure, interoperable framework for trusted data exchange. A data space is an EU-wide shared or distributed data environment designed to improve the availability, quality, and interoperability of data, ensure legal compliance with GDPR, competition law, and consumer protection, enable secure and privacy-preserving data sharing, and it establishes very clear governance rules for fair and transparent access to data. At its core, data spaces promote data sovereignty, allowing organizations to control and monetize their data while ensuring regulatory compliance. Data remains at the premises of the data owner. This is very important. The data owner keeps control on how data is shared, with whom, and for which purpose. The landscape around data spaces includes relevant developments such as the Data Space Support Center, which acts as a central ecosystem to ensure coordination among data space developments, leading to consistency and interoperability between the emerging data spaces. The key asset of the Data Space Support Center is the so-called Data Spaces Blueprint. The last version that was released is version 1.5. The Data Space Support Center Blueprint is a consistent and comprehensive set of guidelines to support implementation, deployment, and maintenance of data spaces. The blueprint consists of a set of building blocks that specify the required functionalities and capabilities. The Data Space Support Center also features a toolbox, which is a curated catalog of solution implementations tools that are aligned to the Data Space Support Center Blueprint and have already been validated. Such tools aim at helping organizations to set up, participate in, and operate a data space. The relationship between the blueprint, building blocks, and the implementations in the toolbox is the categorization of services. This is a limited list of data space services that are currently identified by the Data Space Support Center. These data space service implementations realize the functionalities in the building blocks. Let me tell you that besides the Data Space Support Center, another important initiative is Simple. Simple is an open-source, secure middleware platform that supports data access and interoperability in European data initiatives. It provides multiple compatible components, free of use, that adhere to a common standard of data quality and data sharing. Simple is tightly coordinated with Data Space Support Center. As you can imagine, both the Data Space Support Center and Simple publish their delivery plans openly so that organizations can appropriately consider them. For illustration of what the blueprint of the Data Space Support Center includes, have a look at this diagram that presents the main building blocks defined in the current version of the blueprint. As you can see, they are grouped into business and organizational building blocks as well as technical building blocks. These ones, the technical building blocks, at the same time fall under the categories of data interoperability, data sovereignty and trust, and data value creation enablers. The European Commission, and in particular the Digital Europe Programme, has awarded a number of actions to design and deploy data spaces in different sectors of the European economy. This picture shows some of these projects. It is important to consider that projects have been designed to follow a very concrete roadmap. Let me explain. First, a series of actions have been defined to comply with the design of the sectorial data space. Then, another set of projects deals with the deployment of such data spaces. What can you expect from these phases? The outcomes from the design phase for all data space include identification of high-value datasets, the blueprint, the governance model, business approach, and the roadmap for the data space. While for the deployment phase, projects in general tackle the blueprint validation and actual use case implementation, as well as the sustainability strategy to make the data space viable from a financial point of view in the future. Besides these projects, many other developments on data spaces exist. I recommend you to have a look at the Data Spaces Radar featured by the Data Space Support Center to get additional examples of data spaces in many different industries and with different degrees of maturity. As mentioned before, one of the flagship initiatives for the development of data spaces is Simple. Simple, as I mentioned before, is an open-source smart middleware platform that enables cloud-to-edge federations and will help to realize data spaces. Therefore, it is considered as a very valuable enabler for the technical deployment of data spaces. Simple is composed by three major products. Simple Open, this is the open-source smart middleware itself. Simple Labs is a playground environment for Simple Open that provides interoperability tests for data spaces. And finally, Simple Live, that includes instances of Simple Open for a number of common European data spaces. You can see in this picture some of the data spaces initially selected for such exercise. As said before, and as you could figure out, guidelines, including the blueprint of the Data Space Support Center and the developments in Simple, are fully aligned and coordinated. Simple Open has been working for a while, and you can see the results and roadmap on the Simple website. However, let me tell you that this is quite an exciting moment, since precisely less than 1 week ago, there was an event where the first proof of concept was shown to an open audience. This proof of concept of Simple includes 3 out of 11 identified business processes for data spaces. You can see the complete list of business processes that will be implemented in this picture. By now, you can check yourself the ones of onboarding of a data space participant, either as a provider of data, application, or infrastructures. Second process is publishing data, applications, or infrastructures in the data space catalog. And finally, you can see also how to search through the catalog by the consumer. As you can imagine, this entails many developments in the background. But Data Space Support Center, Simple, and the deployment of specific common European data spaces are not the only key developments in the area. In fact, a lot of technological and non-technological artifacts will be needed to make data sharing environments a reality. Here is where the Pistis project comes in very prominently. As part of the research and innovation activities supported by the European Commission, a number of projects were awarded a few years ago to work on data sharing and data monetization. As said, one of them is Pistis, one of the most important ones. These projects conveniently decided to come together and set up a cluster to increase their impact and coordination. The name of the cluster is EU Data Plus. Projects cover different stages of the value chain for data sharing, and you can see their technical coverage in the accompanying picture. We are conscious of time, and that is why I cannot surf into the details in this course, but we encourage you to visit the Pistis website and go through the impressive outcomes reflected in deliverables and other assets that are at your disposal. Data spaces are transforming how organizations share and monetize data while ensuring compliance with EU regulations. The Data Space Support Center, Simple, sectoral data spaces, and projects like Pistis, included in the EU Data Plus cluster, are paving the way for a more open and trusted data economy. Join us in this endeavor.